Hello, my friends. Today I want to show some things related to Thai massage on a table. We are going to work the anterior thigh muscles. So at first we are going to stretch them. Then do the proper pressing with both palms in order to eliminate the muscle tension or contraction. In general, this technique provides a person being massaged with a cool and nice feeling. If you do everything in a right and proper way, as usual, actually. So now I'm going to show it step by step and then we will proceed with Thai massage on a table. Look, here is one important thing you need to take care of. When you move the leg away, the knee should be directed sideward a bit so that the lower leg could hang easily and freely. This is the most important point. The next point is this. Your main purpose is to stretch the quadriceps femoris muscle, and to do this you need to set your knee and your lower leg against this area and then you can start stretching. But there can be one disturbing thing. The subcutaneous tissue is usually jammed right here in the knee bend. Therefore, what do you need to do? You set your leg against the person's lower leg, then lift the person's leg a bit and put it back, so now the skin is released. If you do this, there will be no pain sensation. And after that you press the lower leg to the fullest extent. For example, I press it almost against the table. Then you place your hands like this with your thumbs together. These are so-called butterfly hands. And now press down and stretch this muscle to the opposite sides. But remember that you need to press the lower leg all the time to keep this muscle stretched longwise. So you have worked this muscle like this with your palms. But you have also the forearm, so you press down with your forearm and then move to the next area. You again press down and move to the next area and press down and move to the next area, one more time. For a change, you can do the same to work the other leg at the same time. This will also give some interesting experience to a person. Now you put the leg back to its initial position. After that, of course, it would be great to stretch the posterior leg as well in order to create the sense of balance. We have stretched the anterior surface, now let's stretch the posterior one. How to do this? I'm sure most of you know this technique. You hold the heel, set your forearm against the foot, stretch the lower leg, and now place your hand above the knee joint and press down a bit, as if you are trying to bend the knee backwards. So you carefully press this area above the knee, while stretching the muscles of the lower leg. So step 1. You stretch. Step 2. You gently press down a bit. When applying this technique, you always need to check the person's facial expression, and if there is any sign of pain, then stop it and do not perform it anymore. Even if there are no signs of pain, still, the force applied should be minimal. You don't need to push through or crunch the knee joint. No way. One gentle pressing is enough and you will feel that the stretching will be extending to the thigh. Going far beyond the lower leg. That's enough to create the sense of balance. At first you have worked the muscles of the anterior surface, then you have worked the muscles of the posterior surface and stretched them as well. So please, apply this set of techniques. Oh, one idea has just popped into my head. Let me show you one more option. If you use massage oil during your work, imagine that before the massage session you have applied oil or cream, doesn't matter, to your palms. So it is still here and your hand slides easier. That is why you can do the following. You stretch the ankle and the calf muscles, then place your hand here and make such a sliding movement thanks to the oil. In this case you stretch the muscles and at the same time do the proper pushing with the edge of your hand. I haven't applied any oil, that is why the movement is not so smooth, but if I had some oil here, it would be really great. Try to do this, so that you can see this technique in detail. I'll show it on the other leg. At first you hold the heel, set your forearm against the foot and lean your body forward together with the person's lower leg to stretch the muscles of the posterior surface. This is the only movement you need to make. You don't need to do anything with your hands, no need to huff and puff and so on, this movement only and that's it. So you hold the heel, lean your body forward, then press down this area and stretch the posterior leg. And if you have oil on your palms, then you press down here and do the proper deep pushing, like this. It's cool that all these techniques are in harmony with each other. You've stretched and worked the anterior surface, then you've done the proper pushing all over it, while stretching the muscles of the posterior surface. Isn't it cool? Yes, it is. The more diversified your techniques and methods are, the more your clients rave about your massage sessions, because they do notice all changes, even very small changes to which we, massage therapists, don't pay much attention. Even such simple things when you start one massage session with the person's back and choose 2 techniques, and the next massage session you also start with the back. But for stroking you choose only one of these techniques or the other. You can ask your patient or your client if he or she notices this difference in techniques, and you will find out that this difference has been very clear to him or her. Or maybe right after the massage session your client will say that this time you have done it in a different way. So indeed, clients always notice even such tiny changes in your standard approach. The most important thing is not that clients consciously notice this, but that applying one and the same massage technique for a long time leads to habituation. That is why we show you so many different techniques, methods and tricks, because sooner or later a person being massaged will get used to any algorithm. This is inevitable. Habituation is a decrease in physiological response of a body after a massage. Your massages won't provide such a good effect as before, if you do all the same things 12 times in a row. If you are unlucky and have mastered only a few massage techniques, then you need to try ringing the changes on them. You can slightly change one technique by simply changing its sequence. You can start with another area or with the same area but in a bit different way. But of course, it is great if you have a large set of tools and can apply an infinite number of different techniques for one and the same person or the same technique, but in many different ways. This is cool and the physiological response will be good and your clients will always be satisfied. That is why, the more techniques you know and the more tools you have, the better. But don't forget, there should always be some techniques which you are really good at and which you perform perfectly well. You need to develop and diversify your skills, but also improve them and become a master at them. I mean, you need to hone at least 2 or 3 techniques in order to perform them perfectly well. This will be the best way for you to develop and succeed as a professional. So be the best. See you next time, when I'll show you something interesting. Please, leave your comments, it is always so cool, they inspire me and show how closely we are connected with each other. Your comments help us understand what you need and change a bit our plans on videos to be shot. So, leave your comments, give your likes, these are cool.